Hello, and welcome to me talking about Atomic Habits, a book by James Clear. I'm going to be discussing chapters 9 and 10 and the biggest points that I gotten from this book so far throughout these chapters, and overall, like just what is said in chapters 9 and 10. So, in chapter 9, he says how humans have a very big desire to fit in. We want to fit into society, and we want to be liked by society, and we want to be liked by the people that we put ourselves around. So the important thing, if you're going to choose an environment that you want to make better choices, is to pick an environment that is going to help you make better choices by being a better environment with people that already like to do the things that you are wanting to do. And it's very crucial because he pulls up an example in the book about soldiers in Vietnam who wanted to smoke or do heroin, not smoke, and they were addicted. Some of them were addicted, but most of the addicts, like 90-something% of them, when they went back to the United States, were never addicts again, because the people that they put themselves around and the environment that they were in is a way different environment than Vietnam. And so it makes the ability that you're going, or the likelihood that you are going to follow through on the habits, much higher if you put yourself in a better environment. And it's way harder to stick to good habits if you're in a bad environment. And humans do this because we seek validation, and we would rather do less effective things to fit in with a crowd because we are scared of sticking out, and we are scared of being judged by a crowd. Another thing that he mentions is a study about how there's 3 different line lengths, and I'll pull it up. I'll try and find a photo. I'm trying to learn how to edit better, so I will do this. So hopefully in the edit that they'll be able to see the thing. There's 3 different lines, and one of the lines is very obviously the right length that matches. They give one line, and then you're supposed to match it to whichever line on a separate card has the same length. And you can see the card that has the line that you're supposed to match. But people, if they were in a room with other people, the more people that they were in a room with, everybody but one person was told to purposely pick a wrong one on a certain card. And the more people that were in the room with the person who was being tested, the likelier the person that was being tested was to just go with the crowd and pick the wrong one because they wanted to fit in and they didn't want to risk sticking out. Another thing that is crucial to making the habits likelier to be better is to find an environment that already prioritizes what you want to achieve, which is what I was talking about. So if you want to go running more often and be more dedicated about running, maybe join a run club. Or if you want to go work out more, surround yourself with friends who are working out, who will make you likelier to want to go work out since they work out. It's things like that. So if you don't want to party, maybe don't put yourself around people that are going to be partying every weekend, because then it's just going to be tempting you to go party, and you're just giving yourself a lower chance of success, since you want to fit in with the people that you're hanging out with, and you also we're approval seekers, but we also get tempted very easily. And so it's hard to resist temptation every time. So the less time that you put yourself in tempting situations, the likelier you are to succeed. And so the biggest things that matter for success is culture and environment. That's the biggest things that will work in terms of changing your habits for good. In chapter 10, he says how to find a way to make negative habits unattractive. if you can make a negative habit unattractive and make it hard for yourself, then you're going to be less likely to do it, because you're actively seeking what you anticipate as a reward, not what the actual reward was. If you are telling yourself and you want to quit smoking, instead of saying you want to quit smoking, say, I know smoking is not going to do any good for me. I know that I shouldn't smoke. Things like that. Saying that you know that it doesn't do you any good, it makes you more likely that you will not do the negative thing, because you are making whatever the negative thing is, you're making it more unattractive to yourself in your brain, so you're less likely to do it. And habits come from old things that we desire. So here he was talking about a lady who used to smoke while riding a horse, and she stopped smoking and she stopped riding horses for like a decade or 2 decades, like a long time. And she never had the desire to smoke. But as soon as she got back on the horse, she had a desire to smoke again, because the cue of getting on a horse triggered the anticipated sensation of smoking, and it triggered the idea of smoking, because it's a habit that she had ingrained in, where one thing led to another. And so he says how we don't get habits because of the feeling we get while doing it. It's the prediction of how we feel that causes it. So if you are going to, say, smoke, and you are predicting that it is going to relieve stress, then that is why someone is going to smoke. It's how we anticipate feeling, not how we're actually going to feel after. It's not what the action of doing whatever you're doing is going to make you feel. It's how we, in our brain, interpret how we think it's going to make us feel. So if we can associate a habit, and on the other side, vice versa, if we can associate a habit with a positive feeling, and we can create a ritual before doing the habit, then we can make that thing a positive feeling to ourselves when we need it. So, like, if you want to, positive feeling, if you want to, go on a run, and you know that it's going to be a good thing to make you feel happy, or you're about to do something that you love. Say you love going on a walk with your dogs. Then you look at yourself in the mirror and you smile before putting your dogs on a leash to take them on a walk. If you repeat that enough times, that will become a habit, and when you smile at yourself in the mirror, then that will make you happy, because of the feeling after you would normally smile, where you would take your dogs on a walk and doing the thing that you love. So the same thing goes with the negative. And overall, the main thing that I've gotten from the book so far, and specific in these 2 chapters as well, is habits are about the perceived attractiveness of them. We are more likely to do something if we perceive that it will be attractive. So the more attractive that we make it, the better likelihood that we will stick with it. That is all I have for chapters 9 and 10. Once again, I'm trying to get better about editing these. So I'm trying to just learn some things just so that I can become better over time. I know it's not a one-time thing, and it's going to take time for me to learn it, but I'm just slowly but surely trying to learn how to do new things so that my videos can be edited at least a little bit and look better, and not just whatever they look like right now. That's all I have. Thank you and goodbye.